4 games to go, 8 points to go. The sack looms larger. What's up guys, Chasing Leighton here with episode number 11 of Sunderland Till I'm Sacked, and that is looking very, very close right now. Don't forget to like and subscribe, which should be appearing there if I remember to edit properly, and if it doesn't then I just look stupid, I guess. Today we're playing Northampton, and 2 things have happened since we last met in the last episode. None of them were football matches. One of them though is the transfer window opened. That's the most important thing. The transfer window is open, so if we can do some manoeuvring, we can maybe get ourselves to a point where we can find that couple of players we need to get ourselves out of this mess. The other thing, however, that happened, I've tried to sell on a lot of players because the registration window opened, and because I renewed someone's contract, I'm now over the maximum salary spend, so I need to get rid of someone very quickly, and the person I really need to get rid of, if I'm completely honest, is Grant Ledbetter, who's been there forever and never played for me, but he's on £12,000 a week, which is a quarter of my wage budget. So we need to get rid of him, and then we can start reshuffling things and maybe bring in the players we need. So today we're playing Northampton. They're 23rd in the league, which means I hope for a good win. We're sticking with the same system and the same team actually to an extent, although we're going to have to keep an eye on George Dobson. That started the last game, with the exception of the fact that I've replaced Max Grun with Lee Burge in goal for us, because I don't trust Max Grun to get us out of this situation, and Lee Burge was doing okay when I brought in the new keeper, and I feel like I probably should have just trusted my goalkeeper, if that makes sense. That's the only change. We've also put Scowen on the bench in place of Max Power because of the Dobson fitness situation. I just want to make sure I've got someone that can be more of a ball winner in the middle there. I didn't think Max Power was the guy. Everyone else I can kind of reshuffle interchangeably in that midfield, but I didn't feel comfortable not having someone who I felt could play as the ball-winning midfielder in there. The other thing was that the selection advice I had was recommending that I put Bailey Wright in place of Timothy Fosu-Mensah. Obviously it was recommending these two, but I overruled them. But I don't know why it would suggest I would put Bailey Wright in as a ball-playing defender when A, he can't play as a ball-playing defender terribly well, and B, he's not as good as Timothy Fosu-Mensah, but that is life for you. But the system's not changing because Northampton are also one of these teams that are vulnerable to a 5-man defence and midfield combination, so we're going to give it another go, see if we can maybe get that win we need today. I may have to go a little bit more attacking with it, I think, but we'll see what we can make happen. But I hope we can get ourselves into a really good position here to perhaps pick up another 3 points towards that 9-point total we need and ease the stress a little bit. Luckily, a lot of these games are against teams below us or around us, so it might be possible to pick them up. It wants us to show Sam Hoskins onto his weaker side. That feels smart. There are players in this team I know. Luka Racic played for me at Slosh last year. Alan Sheehan played for Swindon, so I know him quite well. Joseph Mills came through Swindon's youth system. Never played for Swindon, came through at Southampton, but I've sort of kept an eye on him. I don't know if this is the Mark Marshall that used to play for Swindon, but it's very possible it is. So those are names I know, and that may even be the Danny Rose that was at Swindon. I can't remember where he went at the end of last season. It may be that he went to Northampton. So lots of players in this team that I am familiar with. It says, let's give the fans the performance they're expecting of us here. The players say, whatever boss. Sure. Good stuff. So we need to get into this game and do something special today. I'm going to throw a very early encourage shout out, and we're going to hope that we can make something happen. Luke O'Neill, George Dobson and Curtis Jones were not fully fit from the get-go, which is interesting. Curtis Jones whips it in, Sheehan heads it clear. Alan Sheehan, actually, when he played for Swindon, was a left-back, so seeing him at centre-half is very weird. I think he moved to centre-half while he was at Luton and sort of learnt that position, but he was always a left-back for us. So it's weird seeing him at centre-half. Denny Hume is on the left-hand side, though. Can he get the cross in we need? Gets a cross in to Sanderson, who passed... Oh, I didn't even see who that was that got the shot in, but it was probably Embleton, it was. Had a suspicion it might be. Curtis Jones with another corner. What can he do for us today? Nothing. Alan Sheehan is being very good in the air today. Not something I'd have thought of him. He's not the biggest lad I seem to recall. I seem to recall him being one of those guys like 5'9", at best. So seeing him at centre half seems very... I'll be misremembering. He'll be 6'5" and I'll have just completely forgotten. But interesting to see him doing well at centre half next to a guy like Luka Rakic that I know very well from last season. We'll do that as well. We'll do the work ball into box thing, see if that helps us. And Nicky Adams has been shown the yellow card, so we've got ourselves a free kick, edge of the area. Curtis Jones is on it. Can he score it? Yes, Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones putting us a goal ahead. And maybe the comeback is on. Maybe we can save our job and start pushing up the table. That's an absolute lifeline for us. Curtis Jones with an absolute lifeline for us in every way, shape or form. Really, really glad to A, see him scoring that free kick, and B, just to see us scoring and leading. Although Curtis Jones is also tiring very rapidly, and maybe a guy we have to consider taking off, which is not going to be the ideal situation. It's coming towards half-time. Nothing has happened since the goal. It's been very status quo-y, so I will have edited it out because I've learned that shortening episodes makes people happier. And we're going into the dressing room. We are leading on the expected goals, but I would quite like it if I could, first of all, inspire and motivate the team. That's good. If we could get a second goal here, that would be ideal for us. I'm very aware Curtis Jones is going to last another 10-15 minutes at best with his fitness levels. George Dobson as well might be a guy we have to bring off early in this second half. We're going to keep an eye on it and see what we can make happen. We're going to make the quick switch to more of a positive mentality. I was thought about going to attacking. We're going a bit more positive, see if we can force that second goal because we might need it. We're also going to finally take off Curtis Jones. I think we'll throw Shashua in there because he can play as a central attacking midfielder, and maybe that's something that brings a bit of fresh impetus to the side. It's also starting to like O'Nien and Dobson need to come off, so we'll start with Dobson because I know I've got a straight replacement for him in Josh Scowen, and I don't know what we do about the O'Nien situation if I'm completely honest, because there's no one on the bench as far as I'm aware that can play centre mid. There's an O'Brien change there that might be coming. That might be the one. I'm going to hit a quick pause while I think this through because O'Nien and Embleton both need to come off. They're both playing really well, which is concerning as those being the players to take off. I think what we'll do is we'll move Timothy Fosu-Mensah into the centre of midfield there because Embleton we can stop from tiring out too much if by switching to an Enganche. We'll probably leave that. No, I'm thinking it through. And we'll take O'Nien off and we'll put Bailey Wright in there. And that should hopefully give us fresh legs at the back to protect our lead. And also Fosu-Mensah can be very, very effective in that central midfield position. So having him coming in to do that, to cover that position, might be just what it takes to help us get through. Though we've conceded a free kick and Mark Marshall taking it. And it's been disallowed. Thankfully he can stop celebrating. We've squeezed through this. If we hold on, we will have squeaked through that was the closest offside. We will have squeaked through in the narrowest of margins, but the goal was 9 points. The goal wasn't to get loads of goals and 9 points. They just said they wanted to see 9 points from 5 games. As things stand, 4 points from 2 games is not a bad return on that. And we've still got to find some points over the next 3 games, but this would be a big boost to us as Bailey Wright plays it out to Sanderson on the right hand side. He needs to get a cross in somewhere useful, somewhere we can use it. Can he do that? Can he see a way through? Just plays in Embleton. Embleton with a big whip cross to Denny Hume, who bangs it away. And that's a 2-0 lead for us. That's exceptional. That is probably the game tied up, and I couldn't possibly be happy with that. I'm going to yell some praise at the boys. It's very rare I've been praising them recently. It's been mostly berating them. But the fact that I'm able to give them that praise because they've done so well. Embleton's layoff there was unbelievable. To spot Denny Hume on the left-hand side in miles of space, having literally just turned round because he had his back to him. It doesn't get much better than that. That's top quality work. And Elliot Embleton may be starting to work his way into my favour again. But that's a 2-0 win. And we are 4 points down from 2 games. We've got to find 5 more points across 3 games, which certainly feels more doable. The press were very much doubting whether we could achieve the target before the game kicked off. We're going to come back for the Plymouth game next because the Bolton game is in the More Names Than Fans trophy, and I have no interest in the More Names Than Fans trophy, and neither does the board. We'll leave this episode there. Keep it nice and simple, short and sweet, easy. Socials are down there. Like and subscribe. Magic animation for like and subscribe appears there. I've been Chasing Lamely. thank you very much for watching. As always, been a pleasure to have you here, and until next time, have a good one.